Whoo! What a temperature drop. It was 70 degrees yesterday, and now it's 32. Cold. I've been out this morning. I took the stock trailer, got brand new tires put on it. I went ahead and put another new one on the back, and then took the back one and just put it back up here for the spare. Still a perfectly good tire, like brand new, but I went ahead and just put two brand new ones back on this side. But I want to thank y'all. We've gotten a couple comments, emails, and such on a quick, easy way to change a dual axle trailer without a jack, and I'm fixing to make one. And how I'm gonna do that, I've got to dig through my scrap excess lumber pile here. I need to find me a 4x4. So we're gonna take this 4x4. I really need a 6x6, but I don't have one of them right now. I'll probably end up getting one. But before I head on another road trip, I'm making this. See, all kinds of uses for scrap boards, even as just a straight edge. That knot may not work out very right. No pun intended. So all I've done here is just drawn a line, kind of giving me somewhat of an angle. Didn't quite go all the way through, but I'll fix that. When your tire rolls up on this, well, let me explain that. You can set this on the ground, pull your tire up on this, and set it here. That should lift the other one up high enough that you don't necessarily need a jack. But you probably want, on a 6x6, to cut a divot in this, just like a rounded divot down in that. That way your tire sits in there and won't roll forward or backwards, either one. And you can use this for putting in front of the tire, pulling up on it, or behind the tire, depending on which one it is, and backing up on it. So either way, this would work easily. I don't know why I didn't have one of these, but thank you so much. You see my little shelf I built here? Holds all my cordless drills. I even put some of my air nailers, my saws, my drill bits. Even made little holders for miscellaneous ones. Got my battery chargers mounted on there. I'm actually pretty proud of this. I saw a picture on the internet, come out with some dimensions on it, measured it for what I have. I think it turned out good. It's not perfect, but it definitely serves the purpose. So like I was saying, back tire, pull it up on there. Might need it a little longer. I don't know. This is all kind of a trial and error thing, especially till I get a 6x6 bought. I need something a little thicker, a little taller, and a little wider than that one. But it's gonna work for today if I need it. Just made out of some scraps.
it is Andrea here from VW Family Farm. Welcome back. We are on a little road trip. We are going to get some new members of the farm. We probably will not film at the place we're going. We mentioned filming and they'd rather us not film there, so we're going to respect that. But we will definitely tell you about where we have been after we get these new members picked up, and we will introduce you guys. Thank you for all the suggestions, as Ben said, about how to help us out with the trailer. We got the trailer tire fixed, got the spare fixed. We're all set up. We're almost there, actually. We haven't had any problems so far. So we're about to get there and get loaded up. We've drove about, what have we drove, Ben? Couple, 2-3 hours?
2.5 hours.
2.5 hours from our house. So we like doing this sometimes, getting away on a little road trip and going and getting animals and things like that. That's fun to us. I know we're kind of weird, but anyway, we are taking you guys along. We'll show you who we've got and what we've got here in a little bit. We got them loaded. I will show you guys them probably tomorrow because it's going to be dark when we get home. It took about 3 hours to get them rounded up, and by them, I'm saying them, y'all don't even know what them is yet, but I'm probably going to show you them in the morning when we feed, and they're probably going to spend the night in the trailer, and that is always a good option when you bring new animals in, if it's possible to leave them in the trailer where they're secure and you're not going to go home and be chasing animals all night. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Good morning, y'all. It is early. Pepper is running around the yard barking. I'm sorry about that, but it's very cold out here. We got home late last night. Well, after dark, not super late, but so we left our new members, which you can see are Old Spot pigs. We're so excited. Old Spots are very hard to find. If you are interested in them, you may have to drive a little bit. We found these in Arkansas about I think I told you earlier in the video, several hours away, but we were tickled to just find them in our state. So we went and picked them up. We got 2 new breeder sows, and then we've got 2 females that we call teenagers. They were born last summer. So we are going to be keeping all of those for our breeding program, and then we will have 6 sows. Assuming we can get Big Mama and Short Tail straightened out, we will have 6 sows breeding. We need that many. We've upped our meat production and we're selling lots of pork. So that is going to give us plenty of piglets to sell. We've had a lot of you guys requesting breeding pairs, so we'll be able to do that. We'll be able to raise plenty of pork. We've been driving and, you know, purchasing culls from a show pig farm. That's just a long ways, and then transporting them here, they usually wind up not thriving so well at the beginning, and I really don't like that. So being born here is really just the best option, as well as availability. If you have your own breeders, that's another thing you don't have to worry about, is are you going to be able to find feeder pigs at the time you need them. So this is going to solve a lot of problems. Really excited about it. I want to introduce you guys to them. So I don't really want to disturb them. They're all laying so nicely. But this girl right here, she has some spots, but this side doesn't, obviously. But that does not determine how many piglets she'll throw a spot. She could throw all really spotted up piglets. This one is named Turnip, and she is sweet as can be. She walked right up in the trailer, did great. And then this one is her name is Pumpkin. She's sweet too. We had a little more trouble loading her, had to chase her kind of through the woods a little bit. And then she has these 5 sweet, sweet baby piglets. And this is a good example of what I was talking about. You can see she's spotted, but not super spotted. And then look at that baby. So we actually have some boys and some girls in that litter. Pumpkin and Turnip had a litter, their first litter, last summer. So this is actually Pumpkin's second litter. Turnip may be bred right now, waiting to have another litter. They actually did have a boar there, an old spot boar, with these girls. So she very well could be bred and about to have piglets pretty soon. We don't know for sure. And then let me show you the other two. So those two are what I call teenager pigs. They were actually born last summer. They were some of Pumpkin and Turnip's first piglets. Obviously, they are little gilts, which are young females that we're going to plan to keep for our breeding program. And they said that Pumpkin and Turnip are very tight, close. They stay together a lot. And they had piglets basically at the same time. And we've had this happen before too. Their piglets kind of mixed up and they just kind of had one big group of piglets. They didn't know whose was whose. It's fine. I don't know who their mom is, but it really doesn't matter because the boars here are not going to be related to either one of them. Just looking, because the little white teenager female, she can be sweet or sassy, but so it really doesn't matter because we're going to be able to have piglets that we can use as breeding pairs from either one of these from our boar, and then pair with some of Big Mama or Short Tails and know that you guys are getting a totally unrelated pair. And I think that'll work out really well for some of you guys that are wanting to get into old spots. And speaking of Short Tail and Big Mama and Dot and Henry, let me show you them. So there's Dot. I know you guys love him. He's doing good, getting big. And here's Mr. Henry. So here's Big Mama. There's Big Mama. And Miss Short Tail. So your pigs really should be having 2 litters a year. They're bred for about 3 months, 3 weeks, and 3 days. So beyond that, then they should nurse those, and then assuming you would wean them and move them off and put the sow back with the boar at some point, you definitely should have 2 litters a year. So if we have 6 sows eventually, and they have pretty big litters, they can have 12 piglets, no problem. But we're taking a conservative approach. Let's assume we can get 6 raised up. Maybe we sell some for breeding pairs, assuming we're going to lose some, because we probably will. Say we can get 6 out of each litter raised. That is 6 sows having 12 piglets a year, because 6 from the 2 litters. So that is 72 piglets we could potentially raise for people for healthy pork on their dinner table. So that's really exciting to us, and probably more than that. But like I said, that's even allowing for selling some to you guys or whoever's interested. So we're going to get them fed. They're going to stay in here today and tomorrow, just because they need to get used to the sounds of our farm, just being around us and our voices. You could tell that the lady that was raising them, they were very used to her voice, and pigs are kind of creatures of habit. So we're just going to let them stay in here, calm down. They've got a big hay pile. You can see they're piled up in it, snuggled together. They're doing great. They were together, the 2 mamas and the babies at the farm. The ones that are weaned were not with them, but they're not fighting or anything. So there's no reason that we have to get them out of here really quickly. So I'm going to get them fed and watered and set up for the day. So you guys are going to be seeing a lot more of pumpkin and turnip as the years go by. Hopefully this is going to up our breeding game here on pigs to the next level here on our farm. I wanted to mention to you guys a couple reasons why we stick with the old spots. Why would you drive a couple hours to go get a certain breed of pigs? Well, the number one reason why we ever brought them to our farm is because when our farm started, they were the first animal we bought, and we were looking for clean pork. And when we visited a farm, we saw that they had these pigs with these big floppy ears. They were not only cute, but their pastures still had grass in them. You could not tell there had been pigs on their property. And you can see this is the pasture that Big Mama, Big Daddy, Henry, and Dot stay in. You can see it's not rooted up. Now there is some waller places. I'm not going to misrepresent it to you guys, but for the most part, this does not look like a pig pasture. This is a pasture that normally has cows in it. So that was number one. Ben did not want all of our pastures destroyed by pigs. He just didn't want the smell of pigs. He didn't want just the destruction of them and all of that. That's when we started to fall in love with Old Spots or Gloucestershire. They're a heritage breed from England. They're not a crossed breed like show pigs and things like that are these days. They are an old English breed. They're very docile. That's another reason we like to have them here on our farm, because we had young kids when we first got them. Now we have older kids and we're moving into a new season of life, and soon we'll have grandkids one of these years. So we don't want any mean pigs that you have to just be super afraid of. Now, I've told you guys before, a boar, a bull, anything like that, a mama with babies, you better keep your eye on them all the time. But we don't want anything that you have to just all the time be on guard around that's just going to get you just for the sake of being mean. And these are not like that. They're so docile. When our kids were young, they would ride on their backs. They just had fun with them. They were not afraid of them at all. And then finally, and maybe most importantly for us, because we are raising meat now for ourselves as well as other people, and it'd probably be pretty important to you if you're on a homestead and you're looking to raise your own food, is their meat. It is just some of the best meat you will find. I know a lot of people get into different types for different reasons, and it's going to depend on your reasons. Old Spots produce a lot of meat in a short period of time. It has enough fat content to it that it doesn't taste like you're chewing on leather. It's super juicy and tender, which is really important to us. It produces really, really nice pork chops, as well as it produces nice lard, and you can take that and render down for cooking or making soap or all kinds of uses. It's just some of the best meat that we have found for pigs here on our homestead that we're raising. We like it for so many reasons, and it's what we want to stick with. It's just, the proof is in the pudding, I guess. We have raised different types, and Old Spots is the way we want to go, and we've always known that, and it's time to buckle down and get more production going so we have enough so that's the bulk of what we're raising. All right, we are going to get these girls set up, leave them in there for, like I said, today and tomorrow. Tomorrow afternoon, we will probably get them out and give them a trial run, and so we will see how that goes. But I'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks for watching, and God bless.